Hello Taurus, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you are connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship in the past. This could also be a current relationship. For others of you, this could be a situationship. And for a small portion of you, this could be someone who you have connected with, and you know there's a whole lot of attraction. There's a special connection there, but no one's really speaking up. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have. And I do have certain reasons for that. All right. Oh boy, Taurus. A lot is going on. We have a few cards here. A little bit cloudy, I would say, especially with the selfhood and the responsibility card. But here, very dark card, betrayal, and then we have crisis. First card's the strongest. We have here selfhood. Then we have responsibility, mystery, pleasure, rhythms, surrender, laughter, betrayal. And then we have crisis under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Taurus, I see that you are no longer the same as you once were. You've changed. This change that has occurred, it's not because of your own self, it's because of me, I know. Now, to me, you look as if you are more self-sufficient, independent, self-reliant. You don't need me. You don't need anybody. You're good on your own. This is what it looks like to me. I also feel and I also know that you are now very guarded. You do not let me in, and you won't let me in. Once bitten, twice as shy. I do feel this and I sense this from you. I try to move forward, but I can't really, because a long time ago, when I met you, in my heart and in my mind, I had figured you out. You were this mystery, wrapped in an enigma. And it took time, but I got to know you energetically and even personally. But then things changed. So much has happened in this connection, and I find it difficult to be that person who could potentially make you happy. I know that a lot has changed in this connection. And I know that you are no longer the same naive person that you were once. You're different. And there's a part of me that still wants to come back. But now I don't know who you are. Because you're different. You're no longer the same. Before I knew how to talk to you, what to talk about, how to approach you, what games to play to manipulate you. But now you are wiser, you're smarter, and you're more guarded. And I can't do that. I don't really want to do that. I just want to get to know you. But the problem is, this flame that once burned bright is now no more. It doesn't exist. I also feel that in this connection, I really let you down. I have told you that I will be there for you. I have said things that to you it makes sense, but in all honesty, I know I've not been there. I have not been reliable. I was very irresponsible. Right now, I want to be that person who can take responsibility, who can be different, who can be better, and who can be able to tackle and handle burdens on one's shoulder. I want to be that person. There was a time when I ignored it all. Your call for help, the support that you needed. I was not there when you needed it. But things have changed. I know you have become a stronger person. But a part of me wants to make things right and take responsibility for the things that I never did, the things that I should have done. In you, I have found this person who has this spiritual connection with me. I truly do feel this spiritual bond. This bond that exists. It is true, it's sacred, it's pure, it's vast. I feel as though I know you, I've known you from before. There's certain things that have happened in this connection, and sometimes when I think of you, I can smell your scent. I can feel your presence in the room even though you're not there. There's this connection that I have with you. I can talk to you about anything. I can be myself around you in every single way. And I'm not nervous and I'm not uneasy. I feel at home because I feel you and I have known each other before. It's somehow this familiar feeling. And in my dreams, everything does seem so real. I do feel that in this connection, there is a sense of pleasure. This pleasure that comes and goes, it's quite vast. I do receive pleasure in this connection. Though it may be energetic, physical, spiritual, I do feel pleasure. And I enjoy it. I like it. So many times I have tried to change my ways, tried to change my approach, tried to change who I am, and I'm unable to. I want to be that person who can does not want to repeat the past. Unfortunately, the past is being repeated. There's a part of me that feels that in this connection, things may just be hopeless. But over and over again, no matter what I do, no matter where I go, something happens and I always end up thinking about you. I also feel that in this connection, I now have come to this realization that you and I, we belong together. I belong to you and you belong to me. Not only that, but I feel as if you are this person who gives me that feeling of belonging. If you lead now, I will follow. Before I didn't, before I was not responsible. But now, if you lead, I would follow. Because I've surrendered to you. My heart, my mind, my body. I also feel this wonderful sense of friendship with you. This friendship is pure. It's sacred. It's true. You know what makes me happy. You know what makes me tick. You know what makes me laugh. You are my confidant. And I don't want to lose this. I don't want to lose the friendship that I have with you. Because the things that I have said and done, and the things that I never said that I should have, the things that I never did that I should have done and taken responsibility for, I feel now that yes, I have let you down and I have betrayed you. This betrayal, it was unexpected. You thought you knew me, but it turns out that you never really knew me at all. There was a part of me that wanted to talk to you, that wanted to tell you, but I held back and I didn't really express myself to you openly. And certain things were just winding in my mind over and over again. It was twisting. It was becoming more tighter and tighter. There was this grip that I was in, and I felt that I was being squeezed. This was not you. This was the circumstance that I was in. You thought you could predict me, and turns out you couldn't do that. Nobody can do that. Now there's a lack of trust. Now there's a lack of faith. Yes, it is difficult. I do feel that in this connection, betrayal, it is quite true. And I have done that to you. I caused you hurt. I caused you pain and heartache. Overall, right now, my mind is in a crisis mode. I can't think straight. There's a lot of mental anguish, impatience, frustration. I need time to sort these emotions out because I am so overwhelmed. Everything is rushing and gushing in a circle. It just keeps going and going. One thing after the other. I don't have the mental capacity right now to think straight when it comes to this connection. Because of the things that I have done, but also because this is changing me to the core of who I am. It's changing my values of who I am. That is why it's also so overwhelming. I've never experienced such a thing before. This feeling that I have of being absolutely overwhelmed and shocked in a way. If I have time to sort things out, things might be better, then I'd be able to make a decision, a choice. I'd be able to make sense of all of these feelings and emotions that I have. But that'll take time. Right now, this is the state that I'm in. For now, there's a part of me that still wants to be that person who's responsible. Even though I see you at a distance and I see that you have this beautiful aura around you that you could potentially be single and ready to mingle. I see that. Anybody would love to have you. And that intimidates me, that scares me, and that causes a crisis for me. I'm trying my best, but it's going to take time for me to one day reach out to you and ask for forgiveness. All right, Taurus. A lot is happening. Your person of interest here, firstly, you both do have a spiritual connection. You may have felt this. It's hard for you to let go. Or this could be also cross-watcher. Either you can be feeling this, or Taurus, you could be feeling this. Because with this card, Mystery, this for me is my past life card. And I interpret this entire deck quite differently. You guys know that already. When you see this card, it's as if it's difficult for you to let go of this person. You're almost obsessing over this person. Day and night, you're constantly thinking, and you're worried, or you're just simply in love. But this specific card, particularly, it does talk about a twin flame connection, a soulmate connection, or even a karmic partner connection. It could be more, but these are the top 3 that I've seen that are the most strongest. So, to gain some clarity on that, I do have another channel, and you'll see the link below, Asnointia Audio. That is on YouTube. And the videos there are absolutely free. So please do have a look. One of the ones, since you had Pleasure, you had the card Pleasure, I'd like you to have a look at 2 of the videos specifically, and please do have a look at the other ones. One is called Past Life and Spiritual Connections. The other one is called Sensually Intense Spiritual Connections, which is where you get the pleasure from, pleasure card that you had. It'll provide you with a lot of understanding as to what kind of relationship you have with this person, because you're not alone. You'll see a whole lot of people have mentioned how they have felt, and they feel the same way, because this is a very common characteristic. The traits, the feelings and emotions, the intensity is beyond something that you felt before. That's how unique this type of a connection is. All right, let's have a look. Before I go further, I just forgot, actually, for those of you that are interested, this is for those of you who are really, really hurting and you have not gotten closure and you don't know what's going to happen next. I do past life readings, which will tell you more about how your connection is now based on what it was before. For a tiny portion of you, you may have a future life reading, which means that you're not physically together yet, but you will be in the far future. In the spiritual world, you've seen this, you've experienced it, but in the 3D, it hasn't taken place yet. But that's what I call a future life reading, because those are like anomalies when I do readings. There's just a few of them that have occurred, but the majority of them are past life readings. So if anybody is interested, do have a look on my website and place an order. If it is out of stock, you can always send me an email and I will put you on the waiting list. All right, let's have a look at the Lover's Path Tarot. So this, I like to go a little bit into the past to see what happened in the first place in this connection. Something happened and it caused a problem. Things were great. Once upon a time, it was sweet. Then it became sour. What happened? This is for those of you that may have not gotten closure. This person may have faded. This person may have ghosted. Perhaps they're only messaging you once a week or once a month, so it's quite less. With this, it'll hopefully give you a better understanding as to what was going on in this person's mind at the time. The first set of cards that I had in this reading, the first set that I just pulled out, that is the current status. This is a little bit in the past. So we have here the King of Arrows and Sacrifice. Let's have a look. With the King of Arrows, this talks about how this person at some point in time, they were placing too much trust on the intellect and they were being too critical, too practical, too realistic in a way. But to the point where everything and every decision that was made, there was a sense of emotional detachment. So that is really bad, because emotional detachment, it really does talk about how this person, any type of decision that they were making, was just pure intellect and logic. And that does not have anything to do with love, because this individual is emotionally detached from the decisions that they were making in regards to this connection. That's probably why you had that responsibility card, where this person did not want to take responsibility. Because for them, it's like, well, what's the logic in that? Why should I? Well, that makes you pretty selfish now, doesn't it, Crosswatcher? So why should I? Because you're supposed to be in a connection. That's what a connection's all about. All right? Like, it's, yeah, people think differently, guys. People think differently. We have here sacrifice. This is a huge card, by the way. This will tell you what was going on behind the scenes. Not good. This person was caught between worlds. A short-term sacrifice was needed to reach a long-awaited goal. They were taking care of other people's needs and not looking out for their own personal interest. They wanted to gain compassion from difficult experiences, but they were never able to do so. At some point in time, they started to feel unable to make the sacrifice that a situation required. And they started to create difficulties for themselves. So, this is a problem. They were creating difficulties for oneself. It does say oneself. Feeling unable to make a sacrifice that a situation requires. Now, why would this person need to sacrifice something unless someone else was in their life? They're with a partner or someone else. They could not let go of that partner in order to be with you. Or, if it's not a partner that they're with, this could be a job. They work very far away, and they don't want to move from that location and move in with you because it would be inconvenient for them. That's a sacrifice. Who are they sacrificing? Not the job or the career, but then they're sacrificing you. So here we have a balance as to what could I have sacrificed and what do I have to let go of? What can I keep? That is what happened here. You may not even have known about this, but this person was making some pretty big decisions. And yes, you were part of that decision. However, what I'm seeing is that you were the person that they had to let go. That's the issue here. You were not that individual's first choice. And the reason why I say that is because they had to let you go in order to keep something else. And why did they do that? Because they were thinking logically. They were not thinking with their heart. So for example, let's say some of you, and not all of you, because this is a general love reading. Let's say somebody here was in a third-party situation. Somebody's married. They're married and they've invested a lot of money. They have a lot of assets, household, all that kind of stuff. Now the problem is if they separate, they may need to let go of that luxury, that lifestyle, even give half of whatever they have to their partner. Perhaps they think it's unfair. Perhaps they think that they can't live with this kind of lifestyle because the circumstances will be different and they may need to be so far away from their children. Right? They make a logical, practical decision and they sacrifice you. Why? Because we're dealing with the King of Arrows. Because this is somebody that thinks with the intellect, only logically, critically, and emotionally detached. Had they been emotionally attached, this wouldn't have happened, guys. This person would have just sacrificed the other person, then you're in the picture. So we have the key word here, sacrifice, and we also have here somebody who made a decision not based on feelings and emotions, but based on logic and no emotion. And when you don't have emotion, it can hurt. Wow. This person may, to you, I'm hearing the name Stone Cold. Stone Cold. Some of you may have felt that this person's heart is made of stone. It's not that, guys. When we have situations like that, it's not that the person's heart is made of stone. If this person meets who they think is the right person, within a week, they can fall in love, and 2 months later, they might even be married or move in together. That is how the world works. It's not that this person doesn't have a heart. It's that it's not what they were looking for at that moment in time when they were with you. Or even when they were with you, they could not see it because they were not in that state of mind. Even right now, remember you had the crisis card. This person's like, their mind is a mess. It's all over the place right now. They're overwhelmed. And that's a problem because when they're overwhelmed, they can't think straight. It's not going to happen. All right, we have here the Beginner's Tarot. Whoa, okay, everybody's coming out to play. Not bad. Ace of Cups. Being in love with the idea of love. That's what this person has come into my mind. I see that. I hear it. They're in love with the idea of love. It's because the grass does look greener on the other side. And what I'm seeing is, yeah, leap of faith. The Fool card, right? Somebody who is very much like a fool, not really thinking logically in a way. But now they're thinking irrationally. I have a peekaboo card. King of Cups. All right. Very nice. Not bad. Quite a nice array of cards you have here. Ace of Cups. So definitely in this connection. Remember we had the Betrayal card and I did mention forgiveness. Here, this person is going to reach out to you at some point in time and they're going to ask for forgiveness. Now for a tiny portion of you, this could be vice versa, but it's a general love reading, so please take it as it resonates with you. Either way, there's a sense of forgiveness and there's also this offer of love that I do love you and I want to offer you something. This person has this cup of love that's just overflowing. Now, what is the motive and what's the reason why all of this is happening? Why is there this change? The change is coming from the Five of Cups because something happened in between these two. And this person now is starting to realize that, wow, Taurus is my person. But oh my goodness, I regret the things that I've said, the things that I did. This person's now crying over spilled milk. Certain things that they've done in the past that they cannot change. And the issue with that is when they cannot change it, they dwell on the past and they can't really move forward. And they are not seeing that instead of dwelling on this person does have the Two of Cups right behind them. Two of Cups, soulmates, two people that are supposed to be together. They are not taking advantage of the time that they have right now. They're still looking into the past and sulking over it. Now, we also have the Fool card. Now, typically the Fool card is someone who is a bit immature. They're impulsive, compulsive, maybe even aggressive, but only to get their way because this is very much like a childlike kind of energy. With this, I do see an issue. The Fool card is actually a fool. This is somebody who takes action first and thinks later. And that's a problem. We need somebody here who's mature, like a king, excellent. But also, this card talks about this person making a decision, but then also, as soon as a connection starts, it may finish just as fast. And that's because a fool has not really thought it through. They have not thought about the long-term consequences or the plan. So you know how before, with the King of Arrows, I think it was, were very practical, very critical. This person, the Fool, now the same individual, they're not thinking like that anymore. So they've gone to the extremes, right? There's no centered kind of personality that they have or the thought process or the mindset that they have. It's either this or it's that. Wow. It's either logical or it's illogical. However, the overall feeling of this card is that, yeah, they do want you. They want a leap of faith. They want to take that leap of faith and want to be with you no matter what it takes. Just remember that this is somebody who is a bit immature or inexperienced, and their behavior may show through their actions like that. We also have here a beautiful card, the 6 of Pentacles. I do see this person wants to take you out. This could be breakfast, lunch, dinner. This could be coffee, tea. Could be anything, but they do want to take you out. They've made a decision and they want to be that person who can be there for you. Now, a beautiful card. Yeah, it's kind of hidden because it's on the bottom of these. It showed up in the end. It's just a peekaboo, slightly. King of Cups. This person loves you. Yes, they do love you, but they don't want to tell you that they love you. So it does appear that there's a fear factor here. This person is afraid of admitting this to you because for them, this is not logical. This is completely irrational. Doesn't make sense to them. And that's why it's something new, so they don't really know how to deal with it. But let it grow. It's growing. We also have here the World card, the overall arching theme. So I do see here, first of all, some of you may be literally worlds apart in the sense that you may be living in different places from each other. Or this also talks about difference in race, religion, certain type of differences that you have, that it's a realization that yes, you guys are different. You're not the same. Another interpretation of this card here, what I see is this person wants to close that gap. And I see this more for the majority of you. Because of this card, the 5 of Cups, your person of interest may even be living in the same home as you. You may be sharing the same roof, but the feelings are as though you are very separate. You are not connecting with each other on any level. Now, this is to bridge that gap, wanting to be together. So even if you are close, you could still be distant. And for those of you that truly are at a distance, this person wants to close that gap. It is actually really nice. These cards are really sweet. It does talk about how this person's going to try to change the way they are. However, it is a part of their nature and it's been like that for a very long time. So it's going to take some time for them to reach out to you. But I do see that with the regret that they're feeling that, oh my goodness, what have I done? I've turned this situation into what it is now. It could have been so much better. It's going to take some time. But eventually, I do see some changes coming. All right, let's have a look. I'm just going to do a quick prayer. There's something better. So these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. There's something better. Get more information and trust in the divine. Yeah, sorry guys, I want to just keep this lined because then it kind of gets all crookedy on the camera. Oh boy. Somebody's not been feeling well in this connection. Physically, they're not feeling well. Okay. Wow, so some of you here, there's 2 messages coming from here. First card is the strongest. We have here, there's something better. 2 things with this card I've seen. Either the situation that you are in right now, Taurus, with this person is going to improve. There's going to be a better situation than what you are in right now in regards to this person. They want you to learn more about certain things that perhaps you don't have knowledge of right now. You might not even know what you don't know. Eventually you will. They're also saying here, for those of you that want to be with this person, do trust in the divine. This is the holy light of God. This is the source in the universe, who we call God. So do trust in the grand plan. Because why? The situation will improve and there will be success. And even the issues that you've been facing for some of you in regards to recovery and health, it will improve. A year from now, your health will be absolutely top shape, according to this specific reading, and this is just a general love reading. Now, when I say health, it actually also entails your mind, body, spirit, and your soul. Okay, so that's all of you put into one little bundle. That's the you that you are now. So a year from now also talks about changes coming a year from now. In the near future, the overall arching theme, it does talk about how there's going to be improvements, how there's going to be recovery, and how there's certain pieces of information that are going to come to you within the next maybe few months, or the near future could be next few months, several months I'm seeing. However, major changes are going to occur from now until the next year. And if this card showed up before, last year, for example, that also means that, again, this year it showed up, it's just the way it is. In this deck, it does not go up to, for example, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. It's just the one card. A year from now is the highest card that I have in terms of time. For those of you that kind of have had enough of this person and you just feel that they have been very irresponsible and that they have betrayed you and it really hurts you, you don't know if you want to be with this person, well, you have some pretty good things coming for you as well. Here I also see an opportunity. When we have there's something better, I've often seen that that means there's someone better coming into your life. And even you, there's something that you are not aware of when it comes to this situation or this person, or even regarding relationships. There's something here where it talks about get more information. You may not need to go and get more information. It may just come to you. But if there's certain things that you have been arguing over, fighting over, not really understanding certain concepts or mindset of an individual, it's best to learn about those type of topics so that next time if you ever encounter it, you'll be able to handle it. But there is a lack of knowledge that you have, which is the only reason why this card comes up. Again, trust in the divine, trust in divine timing. The situation will improve. There will be success. Even for you, you may have gone through some stress, even hopefully not, but trauma, depression, sadness, remorse. All those type of feelings have been weighing on you. They've been weighing you down. For that reason, I do have, for many of you, even the previous group, I do have something called a chakra checkup, which is on my website, and that is to help you heal your mind, body, spirit, and your soul. And that is actually a package that I've created to help you get rid of the ones that cause these issues, negative energies. So in those packages, there's one called the Holy Light Package, which is a self-help guide. And then there's the one where I have a detailed reading that I do for you. That is the chakra checkup. And in that, I tell you how many negative energies you have in your home, around your aura, as well as inside of your body, which are your chakra centers. And the chakra centers are associated with your bodily functions. That's all connected. I have the ability of doing that, and so I do provide you with that. So if some of you do feel that recovery for you is huge, and you just feel that everything has been very negative, even the environment, you just don't feel right anymore, you feel an imbalance in yourself. And this is not 100% health related. It just could be intuitively too. You just know there's something off, something not right. Or even if you're having, sometimes we have sleep paralysis, for example, and that's also negative energies too. If you feel that there's some negativity that's starting to bother you, feel free, have a look on the website, and you can always place an order. Again, any sort of results that are going to take place, anything that's going to happen, it does have a timeline here. It says a year from now. For some of you, it may seem forever, and you don't have to. You can clearly, it says here with the first card, there's something better. There is going to be someone better in your life that's coming. The situation will improve. There will be success. There will be recovery, but it appears from now until the next few months is the time when you are going to be ready. You're going to be ready emotionally, spiritually, and physically. That's why you're going to have to wait a little bit. And we also have here in the near future. So in the near future, things are going to improve for you. Some of you are going to want to be with this person. Others of you are just kind of done. That whole sacrifice situation, thinking too logically, not really keeping you as a priority, not really valuing you. I'm seeing these words, not valuing you, taking you for granted. I'm seeing these words right now, unreliable. Yeah, some of you have had enough. Enough is enough. So feel free to make that decision because you still have something good that's coming. All right. Taurus, that is your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situations. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. Thank you so much for tuning in. Also, as I mentioned, please do check out my other channel, which is Asnointia Audio. The videos there are absolutely free, and they are mostly on spiritual connections as well as advice on relationships. And one of them I have created talking about negative energies, how to recognize and how to remove such things from our lives. All right. You guys take care, stay safe, and I will see you again. Bye now.